I already gave him his warning. Fight like your life depends on it, because it does.
Well. Yeah, look, he's the bull, I'm the matador. And it's that simple. Speed and timing beats power.
Mike Tyson has just revealed that he is going to finish Jake Paul in their upcoming fight.
Carnage.
I don't have a warning for Mike. I think he knows that I'm not scared of him or his antics.
I'm not concerned about anything. If I was concerned, I wouldn't be here talking to you.
Meanwhile, Saul Canelo Alvarez has said that Tyson has a legitimate rationale for agreeing to face Paul despite nearing 60 years of age. However, Alvarez emphasizes the importance of caution, stressing that boxing is a serious endeavor, not to be taken lightly. He said, "It's hard to predict. It's risky for Mike Tyson because he's 57, 58 years old. I don't know. And boxing is not a joke. But I understand why they do this. It's a business. They're going to box in front of 80,000 people." After relentless appeals from the YouTuber, Tyson and Jake Paul are set to square off in an eagerly anticipated showdown. Adding to the excitement, Netflix will make history by airing its inaugural boxing event, ensuring fans worldwide can witness the spectacle. The YouTuber came out against the legend and said, "Mike wanted this. Mike wanted this to be a professional fight. Mike wants a war. So I respect him, and I respect him for stepping up and taking this fight and trying to take me down. However, this professional bout comes with a twist in the rules, drawing criticism from renowned fighters like Deontay Wilder, Derek Chisora, and even Conor McGregor, who is now adamant about steering clear of facing Paul in any future matches." McGregor told SiriusXM, "For me, it does set a bad precedent in the industry. What you've got now is, and I would say this to the young athletes coming up, men and women, don't aspire to be one of these YouTube fighters. Aspire for world titles. Aspire for the Olympics. That is how you etch your name in history." Criticizing the upcoming bout, he further added, "It's hollow. It can be profitable, but it's hollow. I'm noticing a trend in young fighters coming up that are not even interested in competing in the amateur scene or rising up to win a national title. You need the gold on the waist. You need to etch your name on the belt." On the other hand, Jake Paul recently mentioned that he made the right decision by bulking up to face Mike Tyson. Paul has undergone a remarkable transformation, beefing up his frame to a solid 230 pounds as he gears up to take on the formidable Iron Mike. This dramatic change in physique marks a significant departure from his usual presence in the cruiserweight division. Numerous enthusiasts have pondered whether Paul's transition will work against him, yet the problem child has hinted that it could serve as a strategy to thwart Tyson's attempts at intimidation. He said, "Everything has been good, but it's been a little transition moving to heavyweight. I definitely needed to put on weight so that I'm able to compete with Mike Tyson, and so that he's not able to throw me around in the ring." Paul flaunted a noticeably bulkier physique during the photo sessions following his recent media appearances alongside Tyson. Nevertheless, the problem child is expected to maintain a superior level of endurance and agility compared to his opponent, considering Tyson will be 58 years old when he enters the ring. Paul added, "We've been sparring heavyweights and eating more food. Mike Tyson has called me fat, but I believe fat will turn into muscle. And come fight night, I believe I will be able to move and dance around the ring like a true heavyweight." Since his defeat to Kevin McBride and subsequent retirement in 2005, Tyson hasn't stepped into the competitive ring. Unsurprisingly, he's encountered health issues related to his last sanctioned professional match. The ex-undisputed heavyweight champion retains a trace of his innate dynamism, demonstrating it vividly in fierce training sessions. Paul remains resolute in his determination to rival the legendary figure's prowess, steadfastly refusing to relent or show leniency toward his adversary, regardless of the difference in their ages. Talking about if he would take it easy on Tyson, Paul said, "Absolutely not, because if he has the same opportunity, he is going to finish me in embarrassing fashion. So I have to reciprocate that same energy. But Mike Tyson is a killer. He's ruthless." Joyce, in the meantime, has offered his prediction regarding the forthcoming fight. He said, "Yeah, it really gets people talking, and it relates to a wider audience. Hardcore boxing fans are going to watch boxing regardless, but because of the entertainment, it brings more eyes to the sport." Joyce astutely observed the schismatic impact Jake Paul's venture into professional boxing has wrought, acknowledging its ability to sharply divide fans and critics. While harboring reservations regarding aspects of Paul's public persona, Joyce lauded the YouTuber's unwavering devotion to the craft and his relentless pursuit of betterment through rigorous training. He underscored the importance of Paul's allure in drawing a broader demographic to boxing, underscoring the entertainment quotient inherent in his bouts. Joyce added, "And obviously, for people, if you're boxing on the undercard, it's good for boxing. I think Jake Paul, I like that he's really dedicated to the sport and he gets the best training and aims to improve in that. All the other stuff, maybe not so much, but I wouldn't be able to watch a whole one of his YouTube videos. But Mike Tyson, he's a legend." In stark contrast contrast, Joyce openly lauded Mike Tyson, holding him in high regard as a sporting icon. Delving into Tyson's illustrious journey and impressive abilities, Joyce enthusiastically expressed his hope for the ex-heavyweight champion's triumph over Paul in their upcoming match. He referenced Tyson's training clips as proof of his enduring prowess, pondering whether the legendary boxer still commands the agility and skill that once made him a dominant force in the ring. Joyce added, "I want him to win. There's some great footage of him training and stuff. Obviously, he's going to earn decent money." Well, they're both going to earn decent money from it. Comparing it to other headline-grabbing showdowns in combat sports, like Anthony Joshua taking on Francis Ngannou, Joyce emphasized the deep symbolism of Tyson facing off against Paul. He sees it as a battle between the classic art of boxing and the rising trend of celebrity-driven spectacles, with Tyson embodying the essence of boxing's tradition and honor. He added, "I'm excited to see it. I think, has Mike Tyson still got it, still got the moves? And obviously, it's like the proper boxer against the YouTube boxer. It's kind of similar to AJ and Ngannou. It's like AJ's a proper boxer. You want to see, for boxing, it's like 1-0 boxing, so is this going to be 2-0 boxing? Will be interesting to see." Even in his 57th year, Mike Tyson still wields a commanding presence, capable of striking fear with just a few words. During Monday's press conference, heralding his upcoming bout against Jake Paul, Tyson, known for his chilling declarations, hinted at his ferocity. While he refrained from explicit threats, his ominous demeanor lingered. Throughout the event, Tyson maintained a subdued demeanor, conceding his personal affinity for Paul, while stressing that sentiment would hold no sway once the fight began. Despite his fondness for Jake, Tyson underscored the gravity of the ring, insisting that once the bell rang, Paul must fight as if his very existence hung in the balance.
I like Jake a lot, but once he's in that ring, he has to fight like his life is dependent on it, because it will be.
Gasps filled the air from the audience, yet Paul stood undaunted, his gaze steady as he faced his most formidable opponent yet on his boxing odyssey. Weighing in at over 230 pounds for his debut, as a heavyweight contender, Paul praised Tyson's unwavering commitment in arranging this confrontation. Notably, Paul emphasized that it was Tyson who proposed the transition from an exhibition match to a formal professional showdown, seeking to cement the result in their respective career records. Jake Paul expressed that Mike was enthusiastic and had always harbored a desire to partake in such a match. Highlighting the prolonged anticipation, Jake emphasized how they had been challenging each other for years, finally seizing the chance to actualize it on Netflix, hailed as the paramount platform globally. Jake noted the perpetual growth and enhancement of the endeavor. Jake elaborated that Mike was adamant about the match being conducted in a professional manner, craving the raw intensity akin to a true battle. Jake commended Mike's resolve to step into the ring and recognized the courage it took to face him, knowing that numerous fighters had set out with the same intention. He concluded by stating that should Mike emerge victorious in this endeavor, he would undoubtedly be hailed as a hero.
And Mike wanted this. Mike wanted it to be a pro fight. He wants the war. And so I respect that. I respect them for taking this fight, for stepping up to try to put an end to me. Because that's what all these fighters have been trying to do, is end the YouTuber. And if Mike can do that, then he's a hero.
Certainly, Mike Tyson directly confronted the prevalent concerns surrounding his age prior to the Paul bout. At his peak, Tyson embodied both fear and ferocity in the boxing world, establishing himself as a dominant champion who left a trail of defeated opponents in his relentless ascent through the heavyweight division. As Tyson gears up for his upcoming match against Paul, it's worth mentioning that his last professional win was in 2003, and he hasn't secured a major title since 1996. Stepping into the ring with Paul, Tyson will be just 3 weeks past his 58th birthday. However, Tyson seems unfazed by these statistics. He vehemently countered critics who claimed he was too old for the fight, displaying a fierce determination. Mike stressed that the critics of their match likely envied their position, recognizing that no one else could accomplish what they were about to. He affirmed their joint commitment to making a substantial impact. While acknowledging their friendship, Mike clarified that once they entered the ring, personal bonds would be temporarily set aside.
The both of us, we're gonna do this, and we're friends. There's no doubt we're friends, but in that ring, we're not gonna be friends. That's just what it is.
In his quest to ramp up his training routine, Mike Tyson declared that he's been embracing solemn tunes, akin to funeral marches during his demanding gym sessions. Mike aims to demonstrate to Jake Paul that he retains the capability to end fights, despite not being the identical boxer he was during his championship reign 3 decades ago. In response, Jake offered a smile to his opponent, affirming his readiness to face whatever Tyson brings to the ring. Jake exuded confidence as he declared his readiness to endure Mike's punches. He firmly believed that as a natural heavyweight, ascending to this weight class was his fate, and he was determined to prove to Mike the extent of his power. Jake expressed his conviction that Mike was underestimating him, sensing that others shared this sentiment, all the while firmly believing in his own striking force.
I know I will be able to. I'm a natural born heavyweight. This is what I was born to do, is to move up into this weight class, and I'm going to show Mike who has the more power, because he's underestimating me. I think everyone else is underestimating me, and I believe that I hit harder.
Jake recognized the hurdles awaiting him, conceding that the impending battle would be formidable, possibly leading to setbacks like being knocked down. Though apprehensive, he made it clear that fear wouldn't paralyze him. Instead, he stressed that genuine courage meant confronting fear directly and pressing forward in spite of it.
I know it's going to be tough. I know I'm going to have to fight through adversity. I know I might even go to the canvas. I'm scared, don't get me wrong, but it's not about the fear stopping me. It's about going into it even though I am scared, and that's what true bravery is.
Meanwhile, John Fury voiced his perplexity over Mike Tyson's choice to take on Jake Paul in a fight. A prominent figure in boxing, Fury Sr. has consistently thrown down the gauntlet to Tyson, hoping to lure him into a ring confrontation. Their encounters have gone beyond words, including a face-to-face meeting in Saudi Arabia during his son Tommy Fury's bout against Paul last year. John Fury, speaking to Seconds Out, revealed his astonishment at Tyson's choice to face Jake Paul, noting they were of the same age. He shared how even His Excellency Turki Alalshik was taken aback by Tyson's reluctance to fight him. Fury emphasized the significance of his own presence as the father of the Gypsy King.
I'm the same age as him, what the hell's wrong with him? I don't know, even Turkey said, I'm shocked. His Excellency said to me, I'm shocked Mike Tyson didn't want to fight you. I'm shocked myself. But I'll tell you what, I must have a presence. The Gypsy King mustn't admit Gypsy King's dad.
Fury remarked that Tyson opted to face a middleweight rather than him. He affirmed his readiness to take on any opponent without concern, yet stressed the significance of receiving fair compensation. John Fury recognized the inherent dangers in boxing, even the potential for fatality, yet underscored his preparedness to stake his life for the right bout, pinpointing a showdown with Mike Tyson as that very match.
But pay me what I'm worth. You can get killed, can't you? But listen, I'm willing to risk my life for the right fight, you know what I'm saying? And the right fight is him, Mike Tyson. Listen, grow a pair.
Iron Mike didn't brush off the idea of an exhibition when they met. Instead, he was deeply touched, even shedding tears, upon learning the origin of Tyson Fury's name. While it might be a more suitable match for Fury Sr., who is similar in age to the heavyweight legend but far from his prime, last year Tyson dismissed Fury's challenge as absurd. Speaking ahead of Tyson Fury's fight against Francis Ngannou in Saudi Arabia, Tyson said, "John Fury is out of mind about the exhibition. I'll tell you what has impressed me so much at the weigh-in and press conference. Normally they have to be tough, but it was all love in there. It was a majestic sign of we're fighting each other. Just amazing. I've never experienced anything like that." In contrast, Tommy Fury has declined to offer any predictions regarding the upcoming bout between Tyson and Paul. He's also voiced criticism regarding the looming fight. He said to Jamal Niaz, "I don't want to give a prediction on that. It is a 60-year-old man getting in the ring with a 26-year-old man." Tommy Fury went on to say that, at this point in his career, he thinks it is shameful to want to compete against a legend like Mike Tyson. He made the observation that Tyson has changed since his peak. He added, "It is disgraceful. At the end of the day, if you are a good man, you don't want to fight a legend like that now. What Tyson was is not what he is now." Fury remarked on the length of the fight, predicting that Tyson would undoubtedly experience its aftermath. He further conveyed his confidence in his own ability to defeat Jake Paul, insinuating that Paul is opting to face a 60-year-old Tyson instead. He added, "The fight isn't a minute. At 60, you are going to feel it. And I know one thing. Paul couldn't beat me, so he is jumping in the ring with a 60-year-old. But Jake Paul hasn't done himself any favors." Tommy Fury went on to say that if he had the chance to fight Mike Tyson tomorrow, he would not enter the ring. He underlined how crucial it is to treat such choices with respect. He added, "Would I get in the ring with Mike Tyson if I was offered it tomorrow? No, you have to have some respect for you, I think." Ricky Hatton, the esteemed British boxing icon, minced no words discussing Mike Tyson's contentious bout with Jake Paul. Hatton, who once held titles in 2 weight divisions, has openly criticized the fight and the ongoing trend of YouTube stars venturing into the professional boxing arena. Speaking to Instant Casinos, Hatton said, "I get the pushing and the shoving and the name-calling and holding each other back, but some of the great champions of old will be turning in the grave watching that cunt, to be honest with you." He recognized the prevailing focus on entertainment in today's world, where YouTubers square off against MMA fighters and MMA fighters take on boxers. He maintains that such a world has the potential to coexist harmoniously. Hatton added, "I'll be turning in my grave and watching it myself, but I've got my eyes open, in the sense that this is the world that we're in now. We're in the entertainment business. YouTubers against MMA and MMA against boxers, I think that world can exist. Hatton made it clear that he isn't discounting these contests as entertainment value and acknowledged that fans' willingness to see them is what makes them popular. Hatton said, as long as fights like Garcia, Crawford, and Spence, Fury, and Usyk happen, as long as those fights are made, they can stay in their world and we'll stay in our world. Both can exist. I'm not turning around and saying, oh, this is a joke. We're in the entertainment world. But let them have their world, and we'll have our world. In the meantime, Ryan Garcia recognizes Jake's potential to dominate opponents of lesser skill, but questions his odds against adversaries with a notable pedigree, like Mike Tyson. He said, it's a money fight. It's up to you guys to take it seriously. It's entertainment, and I understand that Mike is not a guy that plays around. He's going to take it seriously. Ryan is adamant that Tyson's heritage, powerful strength, intimidating size, and exceptional speed will outclass Paul, a rookie to the cruiserweight division who has never faced opponents of note in his professional career. He said, as far as boxing, Jake can beat fighters that are 10-0. If the fight plays out like I think it will play out, I think Jake will get badly hurt, but it's not something to look down on Jake for. He's stepping in the ring with a heavyweight, Mike Tyson. I know Mike is almost 60, but you gotta respect that. Age is just a number, and if anyone is going to be able to do it, it's going to be Mike. Tony Bellew, the former WBC cruiserweight champion, has offered his thoughts on the impending fight, accepting Tyson's reasons for wanting to fight, but also expressing his concerns. Speaking to SpinBet, as per Boxing Social, Bellew said, I am worried about it personally, but listen, you don't know what's been agreed between the two. It's frightening that Mike Tyson is going back into a boxing ring against somebody who is more than 30 years younger than him. It's just a bit nuts. Bellew states that the bout should be arranged so as to protect Tyson from injury. This sheds more light on the boxer's point of view regarding this match. Jake Paul has reaffirmed his position as the most important topic in the boxing world. Bellew said, I'm hoping that the fight is a bit of a circus and a bit scripted because I wouldn't want to see Mike get hurt in any way, shape, or form. Let's see what happens. He is going to be getting paid an awful lot of money, and nobody has the right to stop him from doing that. Tyron Woodley is adamant that Mike Tyson can defeat Jake Paul even though there is a significant 30-year age difference. Woodley is adamant about Tyson's ability and emphasizes that in this much-anticipated fight, age is just a number. He said, I mean, I've been in the ring twice with Jake, and I don't want to get in the ring once with fucking Mike. Of all the terrifying characters to step inside the boxing ring, Tyson is almost 60 years old, and he's going up against Jake, who's at the peak of his physical abilities right now. However, Woodley is adamant that in this case, experience counts more than age. Woodley said, age is not a factor. That's a wash. Experience level is obviously going to go to Mike Tyson. Woodley remains resolute in his position. He firmly believes that if Paul manages to defeat the formidable Iron Mike, he undeniably deserves significant acknowledgement. Woodley added, if Jake Paul beats Mike, I don't give a fuck if he's 70. You're gonna have to put at last an ounce of respect on his name. He further emphasized that Tyson had been engineered as a war machine. Despite Paul's youth, Woodley expressed doubts about his ability to triumph in front of a global audience when they faced off at Jerry's World this summer. He said, Mike Tyson right now off muscle memory alone could step on the wrong eggshell and let off a combination that could kill most people. He has the power and ability to shift organs in your body if he hits you with the right force. So I think he forgot more techniques than Jake Paul has ever learned in his life. Le'Veon Bell, the ex-Pittsburgh Steelers athlete now venturing into boxing, predicts the upcoming match will end in a knockout. Bell anticipates a solid start from Iron Mike Tyson, but foresees him wearing down and succumbing to a knockout later on. Bell's analysis revolves largely around the age gap between Tyson and his opponent, Paul. Bell tweeted, he's going to be able to do that for about 30 seconds in round one. Then he will be tired and get knocked out, but I'm not surprised that this is the perspective from people who don't fully understand boxing. After verifying multiple times the authenticity of this matchup, it's hardly surprising that Francis Ngannou's allegiance naturally leans towards Tyson. Ngannou expressed his intention to be present to support Mike.
Mike Tyson will be boxing Jake Paul on July 20th in Texas. You obviously become close with Mike over the last little bit. What do you think of that?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't even know if it's real.
It's real.
Yeah, I look at it and then they said it's on Netflix, so I thought it's gonna be some sort of movie that they were making or something. So I don't know. So let's not make any speculation. Let's see how it comes out, if it's like real and if it's gonna be a good fight.
Make sure to check out some of our other videos on the screen if you enjoyed this one.